My beloved child, listen closely, for a wave is rising from the depths of the spirit realm. It is not an ordinary change, but a divine shaking that proceeds from my throne of glory. The heavens are stirring, the earth is trembling, and the spiritual realms are shifting. Long ago I warned that a time would come when everything not founded upon truth would be shaken, and that time, my child, is now. All that is built upon ambition, pride, and pretense will fall. But those who are grounded in faith, love, and faithfulness will stand firm like unmovable rock amid the storm. The world is in turmoil. Ancient values are being reversed. Sacred principles are being replaced by lies dressed in beautiful words. Humanity now calls darkness light and deceit truth. But I, the Lord Jehovah, do not change. I am still breathing the breath of truth into this suffocating world to separate the genuine from the false, the gold from the rust, the jewels from the stones. Every system not founded in me must face purification. Every institution, every person, every heart will be tested in the fire of righteousness. Hebrews 1:2-6:27 says, "Once more I will shake not only the earth but also the heavens, so that what cannot be shaken may remain." Yes, my child, this shaking is not meant to destroy but to cleanse. Remember, I am not a God of chaos, yet before divine order can be established, all that is false must be stripped away. I am renewing the flow of the world like a potter who crushes the old clay to form a new flawless vessel. What looks like ruin is actually preparation for a greater work. When I shake, it is not the sign of an ending, but the sound of a new beginning. This shaking is not the fury of blind anger, it is the sigh of love, the cry of a father calling his children back to his heart. I know that for humanity, change is often frightening. But my child, look with spiritual eyes, not with the eyes of the flesh. When I allow the wind to blow fiercely, it is to sweep away the dust that clouds your vision. When I send the heavy rain, it is to wash the hardened soil of the soul. When I shake, it is to awaken hearts that have fallen asleep in comfort. Be alert, for what is happening is not random. It is the answer to the prayers of thousands of righteous ones who have cried out, "Lord, restore our land, purify. Your church breathe new life upon these dry bones." And now I have answered. But restoration cannot come without breaking. New life cannot spring forth unless the seed first dies. This shaking is the echo of rebirth, the labor pains of a sacred awakening. The old will pass away, and from the ashes new things will emerge. Like the vine being pruned, like gold refined in fire, my people are being prepared for a radiant season of fruitfulness. Do not look at the chaos and think I have departed. I am present in the midst of the storm. I am building even within the ruins. I am sowing hope in the midst of tears. When the winds rise, stand still and know that I am God. This shaking does not come to destroy faith, but to prove it. It will reveal who truly belongs to me. When people can no longer rely on their own strength, they will seek power from the divine. When the walls of complacency collapse, the light of revival will break through. I am blowing across the nations. I am calling my people home. I am rekindling the fire upon the altars that have grown cold. Places that once burned brightly but have faded, I will breathe life again and the flames will rise. Souls once strong but now asleep, I will awaken them through this shaking. Hear me. My child, this is not the shaking of destruction, but the shaking of rebuilding. You will witness great things. Thrones of pride will be brought low. Houses built on deceit will crack, and those who once mocked faith will tremble before my power. Yet at the same time, the humble, the faithful, the quiet intercessors, they will be lifted up. I will place them in positions of influence, not for status, but for my presence within them. The world will call this a crisis, but I call it a refining. The world sees loss, but heaven sees a harvest. When I shake, everything is exposed, motives, intentions, true and false loyalty. Nothing can remain hidden under my light. Look closely, for I am moving mountains and making a path through the sea. What once seemed unshakable will tremble, and what was once considered weak will stand firm. For I choose the lowly to confound the wise. Do not cling to what is collapsing. Let it fall away, for I am clearing the ground for something new. Do not mourn the passing seasons, for I am doing what no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no heart has imagined. Cleanse the baggage of your soul, bitterness, fear, resentment, and self-imposed limits, for they cannot travel with you into this new journey. Like Israel standing before the Red Sea, you now stand at the crossroads of faith. Behind you lies the past, before you the promised land, and between them the shaking. But do not fear, for I am opening a way through the deep waters. The sea will part, the wind will blow, and you will walk across on dry ground. Those who pursue you will be swallowed by the waves. But you, my beloved, you will reach the other side, carrying the testimony of the living God's power. This is the hour I proclaim. Be awake. Prepare your spirit, for all that does not belong to me will be removed. But do not be afraid, for those who dwell in the shadow of the Almighty will remain safe. As Noah was kept within the ark during the flood, you too will not sink, for I have shut you in and sealed you with my own hand. Look beyond the fear, for from within this shaking a new order is being born. An order of righteousness, of light, of love, and of divine power. This is not the end, but the beginning. Not a season of confusion, but of revelation. And I say to you, blessed are those who stand firm, for they will see my glory revealed upon the earth. My beloved child, do you know why the fire of testing has come upon you? It is because I have placed upon you a calling that not everyone can carry. You are not forgotten, you are chosen. You are not being punished, you are being refined. You are not being diminished, you are being shaped for the glory that is coming. Do not think that pain is proof of abandonment, for I have never left you, not even for a single breath. In the long nights of solitude, when you thought all was lost, I was there quietly, engraving your image upon the palms of my hands. I have seen every tear that fell from your eyes. I have heard the sobs you could not share with anyone. I have watched you hold on to faith while everything around you collapsed. I know there were moments when you cried, "Lord, where are you?" And my child, it is in those very questions that I have been molding your faith. True faith is not born on bright, easy days. It is born in the storm. When light fades, you learn to recognize mine in the darkness. When you lose everything, you discover that I am your portion forever. There are times when my silence is not absence, it is testing. Like a father watching from a distance as his child takes the first steps, I do not lift you up immediately, but my eyes never leave you. You think you have fallen, but I am still holding you with the invisible cord of grace. In those moments when you feel forsaken, I am teaching you the lessons of spiritual maturity. My presence is not always loud. Sometimes it is so still that only a sensitive heart can perceive it. Like Joseph, you have been misunderstood, betrayed, and forgotten. Those you trusted turned away. Those you helped have overlooked you. But I tell you, not one moment has been wasted. Every stolen year, every overlooked tear, I have recorded. If Joseph had not been sold into slavery, he would never have reached Egypt. If he had not been imprisoned, he would never have met the cupbearer. And if he had not been forgotten, he would never have stood before Pharaoh. Likewise, if you had not walked the paths you have, you could not reach the place I have destined for you. Pain is the key that unlocks destiny's door. My child, you were not created to live an ordinary life. What you endure is not like others, because the glory I have prepared for you is not like theirs. I am refining you in the fire, not to destroy you, but to make you shine. The fire will never touch your soul. It only burns away the impurities so that the pure essence may emerge. When you weep over what you have lost, Remember, what is truly mine and truly yours in me cannot be taken. Do not fear loneliness. Loneliness is not punishment, it is the classroom of the Holy Spirit. In the silence, you can finally hear the gentle whisper that the noise of the world had drowned out. When everyone leaves, there is finally room for me to enter. When all the noise fades, you can hear my heartbeat. Every season of solitude has a purpose. Like Moses in the wilderness, I have separated you from Egypt's clamor to prepare you for the call that comes from the burning bush. Do not despise the desert. The desert is where the chosen learn to walk with me without applause, without an audience, without proof. You thought you were forgotten, but in truth you have been hidden. Hiding is not rejection, it is protection. I have hidden you from jealous eyes, from premature exposure, from relationships that could destroy you before your appointed time. I have kept you back so you would not step out too soon, for unripe fruit picked early spoils the harvest. Like David left in the fields while his brothers were invited to the feast, you are being kept in quiet places so I can pour my oil upon you. When the time comes, I will send for you as Samuel was sent for David, and no one will be able to stop it. I know you have endured deep wounds, harsh words, and silent betrayals, but my child, do not let your heart grow hard. Let that pain become the clay from which I mold compassion. When you learn to forgive, you are not weak. You are becoming more like me. I was mocked, despised, and betrayed, yet my arms remained open. It was unconditional love that redeemed the world. When you learn to love your enemies, you step into the highest realm of grace. My silence is not rejection, it is space for your growth. I stay silent so your faith can speak. I step back so you can learn to operate in the authority I have given you. I allow you to face trials so you can discover that my power is not only around you, it is within you. Like Peter, who sank because of doubt, you are learning that if you keep your eyes on me, you too can walk upon the waves. Every trial you face carries meaning. Every pain is a lesson, every tear a seed, every breaking a testimony being written. Let time do its work, for while you think you are being delayed, I am shaping you for the harvest to come. I never allow pain to remain without producing good. As Romans 8:28 says, all things work together for the good of those who love God. You are learning to stand in the fire without letting it consume your faith. You are learning to smile through your tears, knowing that I am working even in silence. You are learning to walk in darkness while keeping light within. And when this season ends, you will look back and understand that everything I did had purpose. The prayers you thought went unanswered were actually answered through preparation. My child, do not compare your journey to another's. Others may walk faster, but you are walking deeper. Others may be celebrated, but you are being known by me. Others may have fleeting glory, but you will carry eternal glory. Do not envy their ease, for what endures never grows from an easy path. I am building in you a foundation that no storm can wash away. My beloved child, when you feel weak, remember that I am your strength. When you do not understand, remember that my plans surpass your thoughts. When you feel alone, remember that I am near. When you experience loss, believe that I am clearing the way for something new. Not a single tear you shed is wasted, and no sacrifice is forgotten. Every wound upon your soul will become a gateway through which the oil of healing will flow into the lives of others. You will comfort others with the same comfort you have received from me. Therefore, do not fear the fire, for I am with you in the fire. Do not fear the wind, for I command it. Do not fear the darkness, for I am the light that never fades. I did not call you to be a victim, but a victor. You are not tested to be broken, but to shine. Every time you choose faith over fear, forgiveness over bitterness, and perseverance over surrender, you become more like me. And my child, when you become like me, no power on earth or in hell can prevail against you. Beloved, the hour you have been waiting for has come. I have watched, I have tested, I have refined, and now it is time to shift. The old season has completed its purpose, just as the cocoon must break for the butterfly to rise. The shaking you see is not destruction, but evidence of divine movement. The foundations you once trusted are being unsettled, not because I want you to lose your footing, but because I am revealing to you the true foundation of faith. I am changing your position, expanding your vision, and lifting you out of the old ground. This is no longer the season to merely survive. This is the season to arise. You have walked through the stages of learning, enduring, and waiting. Now it is time to move in power. You have been tested by fire, and the fire has proven you genuine. You have endured seasons of breaking without fleeing, and that endurance has made you ready for greater things. My child, when others look at you, they will not understand how you still stand, but I understand, for I know your roots reach deep into me. The storm may uproot the young, but it cannot move what I myself have planted with. My promise: do not fear change. Do not resist the divine movement. I am stirring the ground to reveal the hidden seeds you once sowed unknowingly. Every silent prayer you uttered is now sprouting. Every tear you cried in the night is being collected in heaven's golden vial. I not only heard your prayers, I remembered every heartbeat that believed, even when it saw nothing. And now I am rewarding that faith with revelation. Like the dawn after a long storm, the morning light of grace is breaking forth. The atmosphere is shifting for. My presence now covers the earth. What was once silent will now resound. What was delayed will now be accelerated. What seemed dead will now live again. I declare, behold, I make all things new. Every limitation the enemy placed around you is being shattered. Every barrier that kept you from your promise is being torn down. Doors that once remained closed will swing open as you approach, for my hand has gone before you. You were once rejected, but now I will cause the very places that denied you to call you back. I will cause your name to be spoken in rooms you were never invited to enter. But remember, my child, this is not for your pride, but for my glory. When you step in, you carry my light. When you speak, you release my breath. When you act, you move as an instrument of my kingdom. This glory is not a reward, it is a mission. You are lifted up not to boast, but to serve. I am reversing the order of things. Those who mocked you will witness what I do. The voices that once declared, "You are finished," will fall silent in awe. Every false accusation will be overturned by undeniable truth that the hand of the Lord your God has been upon you. And my child, you do not need to defend yourself, I will defend you. You do not need to fight back, I will rise on your behalf. My justice is never late, it simply waits for the appointed time. And that time has come. You have walked through darkness, now I bring you into light. You have walked through silence, now I give you a voice of power. You have endured disgrace, now I clothe you with honor. You have been wounded, now I transform your scars into healing oil. Everything the enemy used for harm, I am turning into a tool for my glory. You will tell the story of your lowly seasons, and those who hear will weep not from pity, but because they will see the living God through you. Do not fear when I rearrange what surrounds you. There are places I must shake to uproot you from the old soil. There are people I must remove to make room for divine connections. There are doors I must close because they do not lead to your destiny. You once prayed for me to open doors, but soon you will thank me for the ones I kept shut, for they preserved your soul from dead ends. I never take away without preparing something greater. I am the God of exchange, not of lack. Now I am rolling away the stones that blocked the river of blessing. The waters are beginning to flow. Fresh, pure living water is pouring into the dry land of your soul. Receive it. Let go of the fragments of the past, so your hands may be free to grasp the new. Do not fear starting again. You are not beginning from nothing. You are beginning from grace. I am with you in this new beginning, and therefore you cannot fail. Like Joshua standing before the Jordan, you now stand between what you know and what lies ahead. Beyond is the promised land, the inheritance I have sworn to give you. But to cross you must obey. Obedience will be the bridge between where you are and where you are called to be. Do not let fear make you turn back, for I, the Lord your God, go before you. I am the fire that leads by night, the cloud that covers by day, and the still small voice within the wind. My beloved child, understand this. The moment of transformation is never comfortable, but it is always necessary. The instability you feel is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of birth. When a child is about to be born, the mother must endure pain. In the same way, the trembling within your soul is the sign that something new is being brought forth. Do not ask me to stop the pain. Ask me to help you bring to completion what I have planted within you. For if you give up midway, you will lose the harvest you once sowed with tears. Now I say to you, rise up, shake off the ashes of the old season, wipe your tears, for joy comes in the morning. What was stolen will be restored in double measure. The years that were lost will be redeemed. You will see trembling hands become strong again. Whispered prayers become thunder. Shattered dreams come together into a perfect picture. You will know that I have never forgotten my promise. My child, this is the hour of unveiling. This is the season when what was hidden will come into the light. This is the time when the faithful who served quietly will be raised openly. I am calling you out of hiding, not to boast, but to shine. The light within you was never meant to stay under a basket. It is meant to be placed on a lampstand to illuminate the house. And as that light shines, many who are lost will find their way home. I declare to you, be strong and courageous. For what is coming will not resemble anything you have seen before. It will be great, unexpected, and holy. It will leave you in awe, for I will move faster than you imagine. You have waited long enough. Now is the time for me to act. I will make my promise visible. I will turn your waiting into fruitfulness, and I will transform the years that seemed wasted into a testimony of my faithfulness. Do not tremble when the ground beneath you shakes. Do not focus on the collapse around you. Look to my hand. It is I who move the mountains, yet not to make you fall. It is I who dismantle walls, not to leave you exposed, but to set you free. It is I who rewrite, not to erase, but to fulfill. I am the beginning and the end. And I say to you, your time has come. Rise and step into what I have prepared for you. My beloved, do you know that not one thing in your life has ever escaped my notice? Every tear shed in secret, every prayer whispered in the dark, every time you forced a smile through heartbreak, each one has been recorded by me. No act of faithfulness is forgotten. No sacrifice is ever overlooked. I am the one who sees in the dark, who never sleeps, never grows distracted, and never forgets. When the world turned its back, I still watched. When others fell silent, I still listened. When your heart broke, I gathered each fragment into my hands to shape it into a jewel of faith. There are those who look at you and think you are weak. They see your tears, but do not see the strength rising within them. They see your silence, but do not realize that in that silence the Holy Spirit has been training you to discern my voice amid the multitude of sounds. They see your waiting and call it abandonment, but I tell you, your waiting is being transformed into glory. Delay is not denial. It is my strategy to vindicate you before all. Psalm 5:6-8 says, You have kept count of my wanderings, put my tears in. Your bottle, are they not in your book? Yes, my child. I have counted every tear, every sigh, every heartbeat that trembled in pain. I record them not because I need proof, but because I cherish every moment you chose faith over bitterness. When others chose revenge, you chose prayer. When they chose to slander, you chose silence. When they tried to pull you down, you chose purity of heart, and that moves me deeply. I have seen when you were misunderstood, falsely accused, and blamed for things you did not do. I have seen when you tried to explain yourself, yet your words were twisted and your intentions misjudged. I have seen when you were isolated because you refused to compromise with darkness. And I tell you today, your hour of vindication has come, not by your words but by my actions. I will make light shine where they once sowed shadows. I will cause the truth to speak so clearly that no one can deny it. For I am the God of justice, the one who brings all hidden things into the open. Do not fear when I begin to expose. When I step in, darkness cannot remain. What is false will unravel. What was built on deceit will crumble. The lies so carefully woven will come apart thread by thread. For I am the light, and light does not argue with darkness, it simply appears. When I speak, every other voice must fall silent. When I rise, no power can stand against me. You have endured great injustice, but I have not forgotten. My righteousness is not like human justice. People judge by appearances, but I see the heart. Some wear garments of virtue, while harboring pride and manipulation within. Some hide their hands in the shadows, but I see their intentions clearly, and now I am shaking everything to reveal the truth. This shaking is not only for the world, it is for my church as well. For judgment must begin in the house of God. Those who have used my name for personal gain will be exposed. The hypocrites, those who speak of love but sow division. Those who twist truth to control others, they will stand before me. I do not take pleasure in judgment, but I am holy, and my justice cannot be distorted. I will not allow deception disguised as light to pass before my eyes. When I come, all things hidden will be uncovered so that no one may boast except in grace. My child, at this time, does not seek to justify yourself. Leave that to me. When you try to defend yourself, you grow weary. But when you entrust your defense to me, you will find rest. I do not need many words. One act from my hand can change the entire sky. Stand still, for this battle is not yours but mine. As in the days of Moses, when Israel stood trapped between the sea and the army, I said, "Do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today." Exodus 1:4-1-3. And so today I say to you, be still and watch me move. Those who once despised you will witness your restoration. They will not understand how it happened, but they will have to confess that only God could have done such a thing. I will cause your name to be spoken again in places where it was forgotten. I will make you a living testimony of my faithfulness. But remember, when light shines, do not forget its source. When glory covers, you bow in worship. For all that I do in you is so that the world may know that I, the Lord your God, am alive, reigning and working among humankind. My vindication is not retaliation. I do not restore what you lost by wounding others. I restore by raising you up, by turning your life into a testimony of blessing. I do not bring others down to lift you up. I make you shine so brightly that they cannot deny the true light. And when that happens, do not despise them. Forgive them, for they did not know. Remember my words. Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. For it is forgiveness that keeps you free, while bitterness only drags you back into chains. My child, when I vindicate you, it is not merely to return your honor, but to rebuild your life upon a firm foundation. I will not only close your wounds, but make them fountains of healing for others. Those who once mocked you will come asking, "What is your secret?" And you will say, "It is not I, but Christ in me." My righteousness will shine through you like the dawn breaking the night, and those who walk in darkness will find their way home. Now rest in my peace. Do not fear the words of others. Their opinions do not define you only. My word has that power. I have called you beloved, anointed, and faithful. Every other label is temporary. Do not seek the approval of men. Seek the gaze of my favor. When my eyes are upon you, no one can extinguish your light. Therefore stand firm, my child. I am moving in silence. I am preparing the day of unveiling. When I act, no one can stop it. When I speak, my word will not return void. I will cause this land to know that I am the Lord of justice, the defender of the weak, and the restorer of the downtrodden. My beloved, I speak to you of a day, the day when the scales of heaven's justice will be set upright upon the earth. I have been silent long enough. I have watched, I have recorded, and now I will act. For I am the God of righteousness who never closes his eyes to evil, nor ignores the tears of the righteous. Everything that was hidden will be exposed. Every lie clothed in sweetness will be unmasked. Every deceit wrapped in false holiness will be blown away like chaff before my wind. I have seen those who mocked you. I have heard their laughter when they thought you failed. They believed I had abandoned you, that your faith was foolish. But I tell you truly, I have not forgotten, nor will I ever forget. Just as Abel's blood cried out from the ground, your cry has reached my throne, and now I will rise. I will judge not by emotion, but by truth, not by man's opinion, but by heaven's justice. Those who used words to wound you, I will make their own mouths confess their wrong. Those who manipulated, deceived, and took advantage of your kindness, they will be exposed, not by your hand, but by mine. You need not seek revenge, for I will repay. You need not defend yourself, for my acts will prove your innocence. When I open my mouth, no one can oppose. When I decree, no one can reverse it. Remember, my judgment is not like the punishment of men. Humanity judges to destroy, but I judge to restore. My purpose is not vengeance, but the reestablishment of justice. When justice is distorted, the soul withers. When truth is buried, the earth groans. Therefore I will breathe the wind of righteousness once more among humanity. Like thunder on Mount Sinai, I will make the nations tremble and declare, the Lord alone is God. There are those who have used my name to satisfy their lust for power. They wielded Scripture as a sword to wound, not to heal. They built temples for themselves in my name, not for me. But now I will tear down their counterfeit thrones. I will strip off their garments of deception. I will bring everything into the light. They will find no refuge behind the walls of excuse, for my light will pierce through them. And there are others, those deemed small, forgotten, and insignificant. Yet they are the ones I have chosen. They were faithful in little, and now I will entrust them with much. They prayed in silence, forgave through tears, and remained steadfast when others walked away. They were not praised by men, but they were recorded in heaven. Now I will lift them up. I will set them in places that no one can dispute, for I am the one who opens doors no man can shut. Micah 7:8 says, Do not gloat over me, my enemy. Though I have fallen, I will rise. Though I sit in darkness, the Lord will be my light. My child, you have sat in darkness, but now my light is breaking forth. The enemy once mocked you, but now he will see me, clothe you with garments of glory. I will turn your shame into honor, your failures into foundations for victory, your loss into abundance beyond understanding. I will not merely return what was taken from you, I will multiply it. You lost reputation, I will give you influence. You lost an opportunity, I will open greater doors. You lost love, I will grant you divine connection. You lost time, I will restore the years, as Job experienced. Job 4:2-10 declares, After Job prayed for his friends, the Lord restored his fortunes and gave him twice as much as he had before. So it shall be for you did not hold on to bitterness. But my child, understand, this vindication is not just a reward, it is a calling into greater influence. When I lift you up, I also entrust you with responsibility. You will become a voice for those who have none, a refuge for those oppressed by injustice. The righteousness you long to see will not only be manifested to you, but through you for many others. You will no longer live for yourself, but for the purpose of heaven. I am rewriting your story not to please you, but so that through you many will know me. When they see the change in your life, they will have to confess that only God could have done it. When they hear your story, they will be drawn to the source of life. When they witness your forgiveness, they will believe in mercy. When they see you stand firm after all that has happened, they will know that I am still moving upon the earth. So, my child, you do not need to prove anything more. All you must do is remain still in peace. Truth does not need you to defend it. It only needs you to keep your heart pure. Let me fight for you. I am the righteous judge. I know when to speak and when to stay silent. And when I speak, heaven and earth will fall quiet. You may not yet see clear change, but trust me, the wheels of justice are already turning. Every lie is being unraveled layer by layer. Every scheme is exposing itself. Every dark network is collapsing under my light. Time does not stand on the side of the deceitful, it stands with the faithful. Be patient, for I am not only vindicating you, I am clearing the battlefield so that you may walk freely. And when all of this is complete, you will not look back with bitterness, you will look back with gratitude. You will understand that without those wounds, you would never have known how deep my mercy runs. Without the slander, you would not have grasped the worth of righteousness. Without the years of obscurity, you would not have learned to place your hope in me instead of men. Trust in me, for the hour of vindication has come. Darkness will lose its voice. The lying tongues will silence themselves. The doors once closed will open, and you will step forward not as a victim, but as a victor. I, the Lord your defender, have begun this work, and I will finish it. My beloved child, now I speak to you about what heaven calls the divine reversal. For when I rise, every law of man must bow. When my hand moves, the high will be brought low, and the despised will be lifted up. What seemed forever lost will return better, fuller, and holier than before. This reversal is not merely a change of position, it is a transformation of nature. I am not only lifting you up, I am remaking you so that you can stand firmly where I am placing you. You once bore shame, but now I will give you honor. You were once cast aside, but now I will bring you into the center of my design. You were once mocked, but now those same voices will behold my glory revealed through your life. They will say, truly this God is alive. For what I will do for you cannot be explained by human effort. The divine reversal is the mark of my power. Where there were tears, I build joy. Where there were ashes, I crown with beauty. Where there was defeat, I establish victory. I have spoken in Isaiah 6:1-3 that I will bestow upon those who mourn in Zion a crown of beauty for ashes, the oil of gladness instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. That promise still lives, and now I am fulfilling it in you. Every shadowed place in your life will become a stage for my light to shine brightest. Every painful memory will become a testimony to my kindness. And when others look upon you, they will no longer see pain, they will see scars healed by supernatural love. Do not think this reversal comes by your own strength. It comes by grace, grace that no one can buy or compete for. Grace comes when you reach the end of yourself. Grace is my hand reaching down when you have nothing left to hold on to. Grace is when I do what you cannot do. And now that grace is moving, it is opening paths, breaking chains, and calling your name out of the ashes. The divine reversal not only changes your circumstances, it changes your vision. You will no longer see yourself as wounded, but as a warrior. You will no longer view your past as a burden, but as the treasure of hard-earned wisdom. You will no longer see your scars as shame, but as marks of glory. For I have been with you in every dark moment, and that very presence has made every pain sacred. Whatever I touch is no longer pain, it becomes proof of redemption. I am reversing the curses. Every voice that said you would never rise will now witness the abundance I pour upon you. Every power that tries to restrain you will tremble as you walk into your destiny. Every door once shut is now opening. Every delay that drains your strength is being removed. I am redeeming lost time, restoring what the enemy destroyed, and ushering you into a harvest far beyond what you once hoped for. But remember, my child, this reversal is not for boasting. It is a testimony to the world that I am alive. You are a reflection of my glory, not its center. Therefore, walk humbly in victory. Use blessings to serve, not to display. Keep your hands open, not clenched. Share freely, for when you give, I will give more. When you humble yourself, I will lift you higher still. For the greatest in my kingdom are those who know how to bow low. You once asked me, Lord, why do the deceitful prosper while I suffer? And today I answer, their prosperity is not built upon rock. They have built their houses on sand, but you have built upon the rock. When my wind blows, all that is false will collapse, but you will stand. What they gained by cunning they will lose in a moment. What you receive from me will endure forever. I bless you not for your comfort, but so that you may become a carrier of blessing. I am reversing the balance across generations. The burdens your ancestors carried, you will not bear them. The generational curses, I am breaking them. The invisible weights pressing on your bloodline, I am lifting them off. Your lineage will be different. The seeds you sow will be different. The future you build will be different. For from you a new stream will flow, a stream of blessing, righteousness, and grace. I know you have grown weary from the long battle, but now you need not fight anymore. I will fight for you. Let me do what only I can. Let me restore honor, open pathways, and lift you up. You have walked through the season of faith. Now comes the season of fulfillment. You have endured the season of preparation. Now comes the season of manifestation. Everything you prayed for is being arranged. No more delay, no more waiting in vain. The wheel has turned, you are stepping into the time of a promise fulfilled. And my child, do not fear when the light within you unsettles others. Light always disturbs darkness. But do not shrink back to make them comfortable. Let your light shine. It does not belong to you. It belongs to me. That light is a signal to the lost that the way still exists. Stand firm, for as you shine, you fulfill the very purpose I placed upon your life. Now I declare to you, the season of recompense has come, not by your hand, but by mine, not by your strength, but by my breath. I will restore what was lost, expand what was diminished, and grant what you have never known. You will look back and say, if not for those years, I would never have known the goodness of God. And I, your Lord, will smile, for that is what I always wanted you to see, that everything I allowed was to lead you into something better. Step forward, child of light. Step out of the shadows of doubt, bitterness, and fear. Lift your head, for the divine reversal stands before you. The day of judgment is past. Now comes the day of glory. I have appointed you as a living testimony of righteousness in this generation. And as you walk, each step will mark the ground with restoration. Each breath will carry the echo of promise fulfilled. And when the world asks you, who has done this, answer, it is my God who turned darkness into light, ashes, into glory, sorrow, into a song of praise. For in that confession, my glory will rest upon you like morning dew upon the field, gentle yet unstoppable, quiet yet radiant beyond measure. My beloved child, as vindication begins, a new phase is opening, the phase of cleansing and rebuilding. For I have not come only to restore, but to renew. No new work can be raised on a worn-out foundation. No season of glory can grow on polluted ground. Therefore I must purify, dismantle, and clear away. And you, my child, will witness the fire of my righteousness, consume all that does not come from me, so that only what is pure remains. I am the Lord, the refiner, and the potter. I am placing my people in the furnace not to destroy, but to separate gold from dross. As the potter turns the wheel, so I am turning seasons, positions, and hearts. Every turn that seems random has intention. I know precisely the pressure to apply, not to break the vessel, but to reshape it. My child, let me mold you. Do not resist. I know the form that fits the glory you will carry. Do you see the fire spreading? It is not the fire of destruction, but of purification. This fire does not burn the faithful. It consumes the things that have weakened them. It burns away pride, hypocrisy, and unclean alliances. It blows off the old ash to reveal the living seed. I am doing what I did in the days of Elijah, sending fire from heaven not to annihilate my people, but to reveal that I alone am the true God. That fire is returning, but this time it is not falling on stone altars. It is falling upon the altars of human hearts. Do not fear when you see the flames advance. Do not fear when I burn what you once loved. There are things you have called safe that are in truth chains. There are people you have called friends who are in truth hindrances. There are dreams you thought were from me that are only reflections of self-exaltation. I must burn because I love you. I must purify because I want my temple within you to be holy. No one can stand before my glory while still dusted with the grit of ambition. No one can step into the new season while breathing the air of the old. I am breathing a new wind. This wind will sweep away what has decayed and stir what has slept. My wind does not come as a gentle meadow breeze, but as the strong wind on Horeb. You will see things long immovable begin to shift. I will cause old doors to slam shut and new doors to open. I will move old companions out and bring new ones in. You will not grasp it at once, but later you will know it was heaven's arrangement. My rebuilding does not begin outside, it begins within. I am restoring the walls of your faith. I am relaying the foundation of trust. The first bricks will not be success or renown, but humility and listening. I am teaching you to live slowly, in a hurried world, to be silent amid the noise, to pray not just with your lips, but with your breath. All that you deemed important I am now testing to reveal what truly has value. As Jerusalem once lay in ruins and was raised again under Nehemiah, so I am teaching you to rebuild the walls of your soul. You cannot raise them with old materials, fear, bitterness, and memories of failure. I will supply new materials, faith, hope, kindness, and wisdom. Every brick you lay, I will strengthen. Every step you take, I will accompany. You will no longer build with weary hands, but with anointed hands. You will no longer build alone, but with me, the architect of ages. Understand, my child, this cleansing is not punishment. It is a privilege. Only those destined to carry great glory are refined deeply. Only precious instruments are polished thoroughly. Only torches meant to shine far must endure great flame. You are not forgotten. You are chosen to be made pure. As I chisel you, I am removing what would keep you from soaring. Let me prune, for I know which branches to keep and which to cut. Like a vine-dresser, I prune you so that you may bear much fruit. And when you feel pain, remember this pain has purpose. It does not come to harm you, but to free you. You will see that what I take away was not worth keeping, and what I leave is enough to live by. I do not need much to work a miracle, only a surrendered heart. When you yield all, I will do beyond understanding. This is the season when hidden things will be brought into the light, not to shame, but to heal. I will shine into corners. You have let no one touch your fears, doubts, insecurities, and unnamed wounds. Do not run. My light does not blind, it heals. I illuminate so that you may see clearly, know you need hide no more, and realize that you are still loved fully, even in your imperfections. When this cleansing is complete, you will find yourself changed, no longer heavy with the past, no longer dragged back by memories, no longer frightened by what you do not understand. You will be light as the wind, free, as running water, bright as morning after rain. I will place within you a new spirit, one that discerns truth from falsehood, loves without condition, and hears my voice amid a world of many words. I do not want you merely to survive the shaking. I want you to become a rebuilder. When others are bewildered, you will be at peace. When things collapse, you will see new beginnings. When hope runs thin, you will sow it again. For you will be living proof that I, the living God, still work among humanity. You are not only one who is saved, you are one who is sent. My beloved child, now that the purifying fire has passed through, the ground has been cleared, the old has been burned away, the poisonous roots uprooted, and it is time for me to build. I do not build on the rubble of human striving. I build on the solid foundation of the Spirit. The house I am raising is not made of bricks and stones, but of surrendered hearts. It is not set upon fame or power, but upon humility and obedience. This is not the work of human hands. It is the work of my breath. Do you hear it? The gentle hammers ring in the unseen. It is the sound of rebuilding. I am setting brick upon brick of faith, pillars of unity, and a vaulted canopy of love. Every part of this house bears my fingerprints. You are a part of it not by accident, but by eternal design. I did not choose you because you are perfect. I chose you because you are willing. I did not choose you for your strength. I chose you for your softness under my hand. When I build, I do not require hard materials, but souls that yield to my instruction. My beloved child, I am making this house, my people, a dwelling place for my glory. Each person is a living stone set in the exact place, fitted firmly, joined together by cords of love. None stands higher than another, and none stands apart, for no stone can stand alone. They need one another as the members of a body need one another. When one weeps, all weep. When one rejoices, the whole community rejoices. This is the image of heaven on earth, not as an idea, but as a reality. You will see a new generation rise, people without titles or banners, yet marked by presence. They will not come to argue doctrine, but to reveal love. They will not prove their rightness, but demonstrate the power of the Spirit through their lives. They will walk in humility, yet darkness will tremble when they appear. For wherever true love dwells, there my power is made manifest. Do not despise what is sprouting, my child. I know the world will mock, calling it a passing emotion. But I tell you, it is not emotion, it is heaven in motion. The early rain has fallen and the latter rain is coming. I am quickening my work. I am joining scattered flames into a sea of glory. From small rooms I will cause prayers to echo to the ends of the earth. From simple hearts I will raise up mighty works. From forgotten souls I will proclaim my kingdom. Now as my presence descends, I say to you, keep your heart tender. Do not let greatness distance you from me. Every blessing, every gift, every revelation must flow back to its source, love. If love is lost, all else becomes empty sound. So let love be your breath, your aim, your foundation. When you pray, let love lead. When you teach, let love speak first. When you act, let love go before you. For I am love, and where love is true, there I dwell. I am calling my people back to the origin, not to religion, but to relationship, not to ritual, but to connection, not to theory, but to life. When you enter the secret place, you will hear my voice as clearly as your own breath. When you worship, you will sense I am no longer distant. When you speak, my words will flow effortlessly, for I no longer dwell outside but within you. I do not only fill this new house, I inhabit every heart that opens to me. This is the beginning of true revival, not built upon men but upon my presence. A revival not focused on performance, but on transformation. Not stirred by emotion, but awakened to identity. The dry will be filled. The lost will find their way. Lands once called barren will bloom again. Generations once divided will embrace in tears and grace. And when it happens, the world will know that the living God still loves, still moves, still reigns. And you, my child, remember, this house I have built is not merely a refuge, it is a light. When my glory rests upon it, it will not stay contained, it will spread. Like light shining from a mountaintop, so from you it will shine to every place you go. I will make you a lamp of hope, a voice of love, and an instrument of healing. No one can extinguish the flame I have lit. No wind can quench the fire sustained by my breath. Therefore be ready. The new season has come. I am descending upon the work I myself have restored. Open wide your heart, for blessings will overflow. Lift your praise, for my glory is covering the earth. And I declare to you, this is not the end of shaking it, is the dawn of revival. What I am doing will not remain in one land. It will flow across nations, generations, and tongues. For the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. Habakkuk 2:1-4. My beloved child, now that the new house is built, and my glory has filled it, the flame must go forth. For light is not placed under a bowl, but on a lampstand, to give light to all in the house. Matthew 5:1-5. You have been taught, refined, healed, and filled, not to keep it for yourself, but to become my stream in a thirsty world. Now I say to you, go, carry my fire beyond the tabernacle, that it may touch lands yet untouched by my warmth. This is the moment when my promise to Abraham is being fulfilled again. I will bless you, and you will be a blessing to many nations. Genesis 1:2-2. The blessing will no longer be confined to individuals or circles, but will spread to peoples, languages, and nations. And you, a living stone in my house, are now a torch sent to ignite what I have ordained. Not by your own will, but by the eternal plan written in the book of life before you were born. I know you tremble. I know you hesitate, torn between the desire to obey and the fear of stepping out. But hear me, my child, no one is sent in the strength of flesh, but in the surrender of spirit. I do not require perfection before you go. I require dependence. In that dependence, my power is revealed. When you are weak, I am strong. When you run dry, my grace overflows. When you walk in obedience, my angels go before you, and miracles follow behind. Remember this, a calling does not begin with the sound of trumpets, but with a whisper within the heart. It does not need applause, only a sincere yes. Moses was called in the wilderness. Jonah was called in the storm. Isaiah was called in the temple. Paul was called on the road to Damascus. And you are called in the very place I purified you, in loneliness, in trial, in tears, for it was there that you learned to hear my voice most clearly. Now I place in your hands the fire of life and command you take it. Do not hide it. Do not fear it will fade, for this fire does not burn by your oil, but by the oil of my Spirit. That oil never runs dry. As long as you love, forgive, and trust, the fire will never go out. Wherever you walk, the atmosphere will shift. Whatever word you speak, a seed will be sown. Every quiet act of obedience will become a stream of life, extending my work on the earth. Understand, my child, I do not send you to win as the world wins, but to bring heaven's victory to places still in defeat. I send you not to prove, but to redeem. I call you not to be exalted, but to exalt me. This sending is not about career, but about calling, not about reputation, but about love. I am sending you into wounded lands where hearts have grown cold, where hope has died beneath ashes, and there you will be, my instrument of healing, my beloved child. Look back upon your journey. Every loss, every breaking, every season you thought was the end, those were the moments I was planting. When you wept, I was watering. When you prayed in what seemed like silence, I was tilling the soil of your heart, When you felt abandoned, I was deepening the ground so that the roots of faith could take hold. Now you understand why it took so long. For I do not build upon sand, I sow in deep soil, and the harvest of deep soil is always the richest of all. Do not be surprised, my child, when wonders begin to unfold, doors opening without a knock, strangers arriving at just the right time, opportunities blowing in like wind from heaven. These are not coincidences, they are harvest. You sowed with prayer, and now I am answering with miracles. You sowed with trust, and now I respond with provision. You sowed with tears, and now I am pouring out joy. For the law of heaven still stands, those who sow in tears shall reap with songs of joy. Psalm 1:2-6-5. Yet hear me, my child, do not keep this harvest for yourself, share it. For blessing was never designed to be hoarded, it was meant to multiply. When you give, I will refill. When you release, I will increase. When you sow again, I will enlarge your field. The harvest does not end when you gather it in, it ends when you stop planting. So let this joy flow outward. Let it reach others and bring life where hope has withered. For the more you pour out, the more I will cause to overflow, until your life itself becomes a living testimony that my goodness never runs dry. My beloved child, you will see those who once betrayed you return with repentance. You will see those who mocked you come seeking your help. You will see doors once shut swing open without a single request. For I am reversing the order of lack and turning it into a river of abundance. But my child, do not let it make you proud. Everything you have is merely a seed that I caused to grow. You are chosen to steward my field, not to own it. Guard it with gratitude, not with pride. Now I am expanding your reach. This harvest is not confined to what your eyes can see. It will flow through nations, languages, generations, and time itself. What you do today, even a prayer, whispered in faith, a quiet act of kindness, a steadfast heart, will ripple beyond imagination. Spiritual seeds are not bound by time or distance, they are eternal. And I, the sower, will watch over them until every word I have spoken is fulfilled. Prepare yourself, my child, for I am opening doors that no one can shut. I am placing you among those of great influence, not so that you may be exalted, but so that my light may shine through you. You will speak, and your words will awaken hearts. You will touch, and your hands will bring healing. You will stand, and the atmosphere will shift. For I have placed within you the power of resurrection. Even what seems dead around you will live again if you believe and declare it in my name. And my child, in this season of harvest, do not forget me. Many ask for blessings, but when they receive them, they forget the source. Keep your heart simple, for I dwell close to the humble. Continue to sow in secret, for the strongest seeds are those planted in the dark. Remember, I did not call you to reap for yourself, but to leave a legacy for generations. The true harvest is not only fruit, it is inheritance. So sing, my child, dance in the fields of grace. Open your hands and receive, for I am pouring out, but also open your heart and give, for the river of blessing only flows through channels that are unclogged. Do not let this joy end with you. Let it flow through you into the dry places. Let this harvest be the beginning of the next sowing, for in my kingdom there is no season of rest, only seasons of growth. And I, the Lord your God, declare to you, you will see what no eye has seen, hear what no ear has heard, and comprehend what no human heart has imagined. 1 Corinthians 2:9. This is the reward of faithfulness. This is the fruit of endurance. This is the testimony that I never forget the labor of the righteous. Rejoice, my child, for the harvest has come, not just the harvest of the earth, but the harvest of souls, not just a season of results, but a season of glory. My child, now that the harvest has begun, I am gathering the reapers, those who seek not their own glory but mine. They do not carry swords of steel but swords of the word. They wear not armor of metal but robes of righteousness. They do not fight with shouting but with prayer. They conquer not by strength but by love. This is the army of light raised by my hand in the midst of darkness to illuminate the earth. You will see them, not the powerful but the once broken, not those who stand on stages but those who once knelt in the dust, not those praised by the world but those who were misunderstood, forgotten, and despised. It is they, the ones the world ignored, that I have chosen to carry my light to the nations. For I do not choose by appearance, I choose by heart, and when I choose I also anoint. I am calling you, my child, to join their ranks. This is not an army of war but of peace, not an army of destruction but of healing, not an army of power but of mercy. Each carries a flame, but together their flames become a sea of glory. I am linking scattered fires, the ones who pray in secret, who sing through tears, who love in silence, until they become one body, one voice, one light. Like Gideon's army of 300 that overcame enemies as countless as the sand, I too am raising a remnant, not defined by number but by purity. They are the ones who hear my whisper in the wind, who stop when I say rest and move when I say go. They do not compete, for they know who is greatest. They do not compare, for they draw from the same source. They do not envy, for they understand that light shines brightest when it shines together. Behold, my child, what I am doing in this generation. I am rebuilding the ranks of the faithful. The reapers are being summoned not from one nation, but from every corner of the earth. From the mountains to the cities, from hidden rooms to vast sanctuaries, they will all hear one voice. The harvest is ready, go into the fields, and they will go not by command, but by the urging of the Spirit within. I will give them a spirit of unity, not unity of agenda, but unity of love. They will not look at one another through judgment, but through recognition. This one too carries the Spirit of the Lord. They will lift each other, pray for one another, share and stand side by side. When one falls, another will lift them. When one grows weary, another will intercede. When one rejoices, all will celebrate. This is the community of the kingdom, where love conquers division and light overcomes darkness. And I, the Lord your God, will dwell among them. I will give them strategies, not born of human wisdom, but of heaven. I will teach them to fight with discernment, not reaction. I will show them how to win with silence, not argument. They will understand that true victory is not when the enemy falls, but when love triumphs over hatred. For this army is not sent to destroy, but to restore, not to claim land, but to claim souls. Signs will follow them. The blind will see, the lame will walk, the broken will be comforted. The weary will be refreshed, not by their hands but by mine working through them, and all the glory will be mine. They will not boast, for they know they are jars of clay carrying treasure. They will not seek fame, for they know my name is enough. They will not crave applause, for the words, "Well done, good and faithful servant," from my lips are reward enough. My beloved child, I am training my people for the final battle, not a war of weapons, but of truth and love. There will be trials, there will be resistance, there will be darkness pressing against the light. But do not fear, for the light cannot be extinguished. Even if one torch is blown out, the sea of fire remains. And I, the Lord your God, will preserve that flame, it will never fade. You do not fight alone. You fight alongside thousands, chosen, anointed, and sent. I am calling you, my child, to be a reaper, not because you are capable enough, but because you are willing. Step out of comfort. Enter the field of grace. Carry the sickle of love and the blade of truth. Let the wind of my Spirit lead you, as it led Philip to the Ethiopian in the desert, as it led Peter to the house of Cornelius. Every encounter you are about to have is divinely scheduled. No meeting is random. Every soul is written into my plan, and when the reapers unite, I will open the heavens. Their prayers will thunder. Their light will flash like lightning. Darkness will not withstand them, for it has never overcome the light. Strongholds of sin will crumble. Systems of deceit will shake. Forces of darkness will retreat not by human strength, but by the power of the one who dwells among his people. I will make the whole world see that my army has risen not to rule but to serve, not to demand but to give, not to seize thrones but to bring my kingdom. Be strong, my child. Step forward. Do not worry about weapons, for my word is your sword. Do not fear running out of oil, for my spirit is your source. Do not dread the long road, for I am your strength. Be ready, for the trumpet has sounded. Be prepared, for the harvest is reaching its peak. Keep your heart pure, your hands steady, your eyes lifted, your ears open, for I will speak your every step. And I, the Lord your God, promise you this: not one effort will be wasted, not one prayer forgotten, not one step meaningless. Everything you do in my name becomes a stone in the city of my kingdom. Every drop of sweat turns into a gem on your crown of righteousness. And when all is finished, you will hear me say, "You have fought well, kept the faith, and reaped my harvest. Rejoice, my child, for the army of light stands ready. The sea of grace is spreading across the earth. Every prophecy is being fulfilled. Every cry is being answered. And now I, the Lord your God, go before this army like a pillar of fire by night and a cloud by day to lead them through every border, every nation, every generation. For this is the season of light, the season of harvest, the season when my glory covers the earth. My beloved child, when the harvest has passed, when the fields have bloomed and the storehouses overflow, then I, the Lord your God, will come to measure the heart. For the season of blessing is not the end, it is the beginning of a new testing. In hardship you sought me with every breath. Now in abundance I will see whether you still do. In lack you clung to me. Now in plenty I will see if you remain faithful. The fire I send this time is not the fire of purification, but of proving. That fire burned away what was wrong. This fire refines what is right. That fire removed impurity. This fire tests authenticity. As the goldsmith knows the worth of gold only when it is placed in the furnace again, so will I place you in the fire once more, not because I doubt you, but because I want the world to see that your faith is real. Remember what I spoke in Deuteronomy 8:2. You shall remember the way the Lord your God led you these 40 years in the wilderness to humble you, to test you, and to know what was in your heart. I did this for Israel, and I do the same today, not because I need to know, but because you need to. Many believe they are faithful until blessing makes them forget me. Many think they are strong until prosperity makes them weak. But I will not let you fall into that illusion. I love you too much to let you lose your soul in the glow of success. I rescued you from darkness. I will also protect you from false light. For there are two things that can destroy a soul: the darkness of suffering and the brightness of pride. Darkness makes you doubt, light can make you forget. Yet if you remain in me, neither will move you away from me. So I will allow winds to test your harvest, not to destroy, but to reveal which grain is true. I will shake, but not to break. I will sift, but not to lose. For not everything that grows in the field is wheat. There are tares among the crop. Only through the wind, the threshing, and the flame will the true grain remain, and the gold be revealed. Do not fear when the fire returns. It does not come to consume, but to clarify. It does not come to take away, but to refine. This fire will not burn you. It will burn pride, complacency, and illusion. It will melt away the small chains that still bind you, comparisons, the opinions of others, the praise that makes you forget the giver. No, this glory is not a reward. It is a responsibility. Every grace I grant is an invitation to deeper surrender. Listen closely. My child, When I measure the heart, I do not look for perfection. I look for honesty. I do not weigh success. I weigh surrender. I do not count how many you touch. I see whether you let me touch you daily. I do not measure outcomes. I measure motives. For I am the God who looks not at outward appearance, but at the heart. 1 Samuel 1:6-7. Some after the harvest forget the hand that sowed. They take my glory as their own and my blessing as their power. They no longer bow low, but lift themselves high. And when that happens, I withdraw my breath, not to punish, but to remind them they cannot live without me. If I give without teaching you to guard, blessing becomes burden. If I let you bloom without teaching you to tend, the flower will fade quickly. I know your heart is still tender, but I also know the world's allure is strong. Fame, recognition, influence, they are traps wrapped in light. Many start in faith but end in ambition. Many begin with love but stop in pride. So I allow testing after harvest to separate those who labor for me from those who labor for themselves. When I test, I often do so through silence. Not every trial comes with storms. Some come with stillness. You will pray and not hear me immediately. You will seek signs and find none. Then you must choose to trust me for what you feel or trust me for who I am. This is the deepest test of all, to believe, when you cannot sense to walk, when you cannot see to love, when there is no reward in return. My beloved child, truly I say to you, whoever remains faithful in the silence will hear my voice in the thunder. Whoever stands firm when there is no light will be bathed in glory. Whoever is faithful in small things will be entrusted with greater ones. For in my kingdom the reward is not for the impressive, but for the steadfast. When you stand before this fire, remember what I have taught. The crucible is for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests the heart. Proverbs 1:7-3. I do not fear the fire, and I do not want you to fear it either. For if you know who I am, you will understand that I am in the fire. Just as I was with the 3 friends of Daniel in the blazing furnace, I am with you in every test. The fire did not consume them, it only burned away their chains. And when they came out, not even the smell of smoke was on their clothes, only the fragrance of glory. So it will be with you. You will come out of this refining season with clearer eyes, stronger faith, and a deeper spirit. Everything I am doing is not to test you, but to prepare you. Prepare you for greater, deeper, higher things. The harvest is not the destination. It is a resting point. You were not born to stop in blessing. You were born to carry blessing farther, deeper, and longer. Hold fast, my child, to faithfulness. For through every flame there remains one truth unshaken: my love for you. I do not leave you in the fire. I step into it with you. I do not watch from afar. I stand beside you. When you tremble, I take your hand. When you grow weary, I whisper, hold on, you are about to see what I am doing. And when you come through, you will understand it was not the fire that weakened you, but the fire that made you shine. My beloved child, in every generation the faithful are not born from ease, but forged in the furnace of endurance. No one stands firm in the storm who has not learned to trust in the night. No one keeps their lamp burning in strong wind without first learning to guard it in long, silent darkness. Therefore, I do not teach you how to escape the fire. I teach you how to remain in it until it finishes my work in you. Endurance. My child is not standing still. It is continuing to walk when you have no strength left. It is not silence born of despair, but trust that even when I am silent, I am still working. Endurance is walking through the desert and believing a river runs beneath the sand. It is waiting without complaining. It is believing my word remains true even when every circumstance denies it. In those moments, I am forming within you a spiritual strength no wind can uproot. Remember this: faith opens the door, but endurance keeps it open until I enter. Many begin with faith but do not finish because they lack endurance. They sow in joy, but when the rain delays, they lose heart. They sing loudly in daylight but fall silent in the dark. But I am teaching you to go beyond first faith to the place where faith is no longer an emotion but a decision. John 1:5-4 says, "Abide in me, and I in you." This, my child, is the secret of endurance to remain. Remain when you feel nothing. Remain when every door closes. Remain when others leave. Remain not for reward, but for love. Whoever abides in me will not wither. Whoever departs will wither even while they appear green. For life does not come from circumstance, but from communion. True endurance is not the strength of man, but the steady flow of my Spirit through the faithful. I know you are weary. I know there are nights you cry because my silence feels too long. I know you have asked, Lord, what did I do wrong? But I tell you truly, you have done nothing wrong. You are being refined. Diamonds are not formed in light, but under pressure. Pearls are not born from comfort, but from wounding. And strong faith is not formed in blessing, but in endurance. I do not want you to trust me, only when I give, but also when I take away, when you stand in the stillness. No word, no sign, no feeling. It is then that I am doing my deepest work. Like a seed buried underground, seeming dead but bursting to life in silence. You cannot see, but I can. You cannot feel, but I am moving. True power is not born in the thunder, but in the quiet of faith. Remember, I am never in haste. True love is never hurried. Everything I do is perfectly timed. I do not come early to indulge you, nor late to abandon you. I come precisely when it matures your faith. Waiting does not kill faith. It strengthens it. When you learn patience, you learn to walk in my time, not yours. And when you walk in my rhythm, you will find peace, even in what remains unfinished. In your testing season, you will notice this when all around you slows down. It is then that your roots grow deeper. The taller the tree, the deeper its roots must go. If roots are weak, even a soft breeze can topple it. That is why I allow the winds to blow, not to break you, but to anchor you. Each time you choose trust over complaint, your roots go deeper. Each time you choose prayer over fear, your roots grow stronger. And one day you will realize the winds no longer shake you, because you are anchored in the one who never changes. Look to the faithful ones in Scripture. Abraham waited 25 years for the promise. Joseph waited in the prison. Moses waited 40 years in the wilderness. David waited while hunted. Even my son Jesus waited 30 years in silence before his ministry began. All were tested through time. Time is the invisible fire. It does not burn, but it refines. And whoever endures time endures glory. Understand this. My child, endurance is not just a virtue, it is a weapon. It exhausts the enemy, weakens the trial, and wears down the darkness. When you refuse to quit, the enemy no longer knows what to do with you. When you keep praying, believing, and loving against all odds, the forces of darkness cannot withstand the persistence of light. Do not think I forget. Every day you stay faithful, my angels record it. Every time you choose forgiveness over bitterness, heaven rejoices. Every time you stand when you could have fallen, I smile. For I do not only see the end result, I see every quiet step of faithfulness, and those steps, hidden but mighty, will one day form a spiritual legacy greater than you can imagine. I am teaching you what few are willing to learn: to walk slow but sure. The world celebrates speed, but heaven honors endurance. The world applauds the first to finish, but I crown those who never give up. For the race of faith is not for the swift, but for those who run to the end. As Paul said, I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. 2 Timothy 4:7. My child, those are not the words of a successful man, but of a faithful one. And faithfulness is the victory that endures forever. My beloved child, I know there are days when you want to stop. There are moments when you look around and wonder if all your effort has been in vain. But I tell you the truth, no perseverance is ever wasted in my kingdom. Every drop of water becomes a river. Every slow step becomes a journey. Every day you remain faithful becomes a crown of righteousness upon your head in the day of glory. So endure, my child. Do not run fast, walk steady. Do not rush, stand firm. Do not seek shortcuts, cling to the true path. Let me shape you, for I know what is best for you. Remember, I do not build houses on sand, nor do I build people on emotion. I build you with time, with trial, with tears, and with grace, so that when the final storm comes, you will not fall, for you have learned to stand. My beloved child, when the fire has completed its work, when the ashes have settled, when the tears have ceased, you will realize this: you are no longer the same. The fire I allowed was never meant to destroy, but to transform. It did not take away your essence, it removed what was never part of you. Like iron forged in flame, every strike, every spark, every drop of sweat was not in vain. Each wound you endured shaped a new form, stronger, brighter, and radiant with my glory. The fire I sent did more than purify your faith, it renewed your identity. You once saw yourself as one barely surviving, but I see you as a warrior refined. You once thought you were forgotten, but I see you as chosen to lead. You once thought you lost everything, but in truth I was removing the weight so you could soar higher. Fire does not steal, it burns away the chains you once mistook for parts of yourself. I have heard your sighs in the night, my child. I have kept every small prayer in golden bowls before my throne. I have not allowed the fire to exceed your strength. Every spark was measured by my hand. Every trial was permitted within the bounds of my love. And when you felt you were at your breaking point, it was then that my angels lifted you up. You did not see it, but heaven rejoiced each time you whispered, "Still I believe." Now I declare to you, the season of refining fire is over. The wind of new grace is blowing through the old ashes. My breath is reviving what was dry. The burned fields within your soul will bloom again. Weariness will become strength. Pain will become wisdom. And where you once wept, you will sing. Like Joseph, who was sold but later raised to save a nation. Like Job, who lost all but received double. Like David, who was hunted but crowned as king. You too will enter the reward of faithfulness. For I am the God of justice, and I do not let a faithful tear fall in vain. Every drop is a seed, and now your harvest has come. You will not only be restored, you will be elevated. Your strength will no longer come from willpower, but from my spirit. Your words will no longer be sound, but power. Your eyes will no longer see surfaces, but discern the spirit beneath. You have passed through the fire now, you carry the fire. No flame outside you can frighten you, for you have become flame yourself. I give you new authority, not to rule, but to release. Not to be seen, but to illuminate. You will speak and doors will open, not because you are great, but because I dwell within you. I place in your hand the key of the new season, the key of understanding, of mercy, of discernment. The things that once confused you will now become clear. You will no longer chase answers, for you will become one. My child, this is the transformation I promised. You will no longer live as one afraid, but as a bearer of peace. No longer as one wounded, but as a healer. No longer as one lost, but as a guide. I did not just save you from the fire, I made you the proof that my fire does not destroy, it recreates. As Micah 7:8 says, "Though I have fallen, I will rise. Though I sit in darkness, the Lord will be my light." My child, this is being fulfilled in you now. You have fallen but not been defeated. You sat in darkness, but my light has risen upon you. Now I bring you out of the night. You will stand in the very place that was once your ashes, and they will no longer recognize you. For your wounds will no longer mark pain, they will shine as seals of grace. Do not be ashamed when they ask you, "How did you survive?" For that will be your moment to testify of me. Tell them you were not strong, you simply did not let go. Tell them I was with you when no one else stayed. Tell them the fire did not burn you because I was in the fire with you. Tell them you have learned that true strength is not found in avoiding the flame, but in walking through it with a pure heart. For beloved, this is the beauty of the fire. It reveals not what is lost, but what is eternal. And now as you rise from the ashes, the world will see not your scars, but my reflection in you. My beloved child, I will make your life a mirror of faithfulness, so that those who are weak will look at you and know that I am faithful. Those on the edge of giving up will find hope again when they hear your story. Those who think I am silent will understand that I have only been preparing. And those who wander in the dark will see my light reflected through you. Now I anoint you with new oil, the oil born from trial. It will keep your lamp burning through the night. It will make you shine, even when the winds blow strong. This oil cannot be stolen, for it was pressed out of your endurance. It will give weight to your words, power to your prayers, and peace to your presence. You will not need to strive to be heard. Simply stand where I place you, and I will speak through you. And hear this, my child, the fire did not end you, it confirmed you. It declared that you are strong enough to be entrusted with greater things, for only those who have walked through fire can lead others out of it. Only those who have wept can wipe the tears of others. Only those who have been wounded can truly heal. This is your calling, not merely to speak about fire, but to live as proof that I turn ashes into glory. Step out of the ashes now. Lift your head. Your garments have been changed. A crown has been set upon your brow. Music resounds in the spirit realm. Angels are rejoicing, for a faithful one has endured the fire. You have kept the faith, and now you step into the season of glory. But this is not your glory. It is mine within you. It is not your name's light. It is my light reflected through you. You have walked through the night, and now the dawn has come. This is the season of restored light, of elevated spirit, and of entrusted authority. Rise, faithful one, walk in the light. I, the Lord your God, have seen, tested, and approved you. You are mine, refined, established, and sent. And I declare to you today, it is time to speak, for your voice will no longer come from pain, but from glory. My beloved child, listen closely, for now I speak of an entirely new season. The season of hiding has ended. The season of testing has been fulfilled. And now begins the season of unveiling. It is no longer the time to be covered, but the time to shine. No longer the season of the secret place, but of holy revelation. You have been shaped in solitude, refined in fire, and taught in silence, all to prepare you for this moment. Remember, light is not made to be hidden under a bowl, but to be set on a lampstand to give light to all. Matthew 5:1-5. Therefore I will lift you up, not for your exaltation, but that my light might be seen through you. Everything once delayed, hindered, or buried will now be revealed. What I whispered in secret you will proclaim openly. What you learned through tears will become the message that brings life. Do not fear the gaze of men, for true light does not fear the dark. When I bring you into the open, some will bless you, others will oppose you. But remember, you were not sent to be accepted, you were sent to shine. Light does not compromise to be liked, it shines, so others can find their way home. My light in you is me. Every word you speak, every step you take, every act you do, if led by my Spirit, will become a beacon in this shadowed world. You do not need to seek attention. I will draw people to the light. As bees are drawn to flowers and thirsty to water, weary souls will come to you, not because of who you are, but because they sense my presence in you. They will not be able to explain it, but they will know there is something different about you. And when they ask, tell them, it is not I, but the one who lives in me. This is not the time to shrink back. Step out of the shadows of fear and doubt. Remember the days when you hid, believing you were not good enough, not worthy, not capable. I have shattered those chains. You do not need perfection to be used by me, only faithfulness. And through your quiet faithfulness, I will do mighty things. For glory does not flow from your ability, but from my presence within you. True revelation is not that you are seen, but that I am seen through you. When you speak, they will feel my breath. When you touch them, they will feel my comfort. When you pray, the atmosphere will change. When you enter a place, darkness will retreat, not because you are powerful, but because I walk in you and through you. There are those who once mocked you, who doubted your calling, who dismissed the dreams I placed within you, but now they will see me fulfill every word. Not to humiliate them, but to show them that I, the Lord, am faithful. I will not forget my promises. I do not withdraw my words. What I begin, I finish. My timing is never wrong, and you are now standing in my time. I am opening great doors, not the ones you knocked on endlessly, but those I have prepared for this appointed season. They will open not by your effort, but because the time is ripe. Everything once closed, delayed, or restrained, now I say open. And as in Isaiah 4:5-2, I will go before you, level the mountains, break down gates of bronze, and cut through bars of iron. Nothing will stop you from stepping into what has been ordained for you. But remember this, my child, when I open, you must step. Do not hesitate out of fear of error. Do not look back out of nostalgia. Do not compare your path with another's. Walk by faith, for you are in the season of supernatural movement. When you step, I will act. When you speak, I will confirm. When you lay your hand, I will move. Everything you do in my name will bear fruit, for you are no longer operating by human strength, but by the power of my Spirit, my beloved child. This is the season of divine influence. I am not seeking those who are famous. I am seeking those who carry the influence of heaven. The presence you bring will shift the atmosphere wherever you go. You will see me arrange unexpected encounters, not by chance, but by the strategy of my kingdom. People you never imagined will hear your voice. Doors that others could not open, I will open for you. For light does not need to fight to be seen. It only needs to stand in its appointed place and shine at the appointed time. Know this, my child, in this season, I am not only revealing your work, but myself through your work. I will use you as a mirror so that the world may see my love, my mercy, and my power. When you lift the weak, I will be glorified. When you love the broken, I will be exalted. When you speak life to the hopeless, I will be proclaimed. And when you walk in humility amid glory, I will dwell within you. Prepare not to shine for yourself, but to shine for the world. I did not refine you in fire so you could hide the light within. Everything I have done in your life was meant to radiate outward. You are a torch in an age of darkness. You are the reminder that I am still moving. You are the proof that light never fades. And now I declare, arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Isaiah 6:01. Do not wait for perfect circumstances, for light needs no condition to shine. Do not fear opposition, for darkness cannot overcome light. Do not look back at your past, for I have washed it clean. Do not doubt your ability, for I am the one who acts. My child, there is only one thing you must do. Be ready. Ready for unveiling, ready for manifestation. Ready for me to publicly fulfill what I have promised in secret. For your season of hiding has ended. Now I speak to you. Come forth, carry my light, speak my words. Live as a living testimony that the God of miracles still moves today. You are no longer one waiting for miracles, you are the miracle. I have chosen you to shine for this generation. And as your light spreads, the world will say, "This is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes." My beloved child, light does not remain still. When I ignite a torch, I do not intend for it to burn in one corner of the house, but to spread across the land And now I say to you, the season of expansion has come. What was once confined will now cross borders. The words I have placed in your mouth will reach farther than you ever imagined. The seeds you sowed in silence will grow in lands your feet have never touched. For I, the Lord, do not limit my work to what you can see. I am expanding not only geography, but influence spiritual depth and reach of the soul. What you spoke in secret I will amplify. The prayers you whispered through tears I will turn into winds of revival. The small acts of faithfulness you performed quietly I will use to shake cities. For I do not measure by human scale but by heaven's intention. And my intention for you is far greater than your eyes can comprehend. Prepare yourself for this expansion, my child. It will not come through familiar ways, nor follow old patterns. I will open doors you never knew existed. I will connect you with people you never expected. I will send your words to places you never thought you could reach. For this is the time when I extend the boundaries of grace, not to glorify you, but to spread my glory among the nations. I speak to you as I once spoke to Abraham. Leave your country, your kindred, and your father's house, and go to the land I will show you. Genesis 1:2-1. You will not see the whole road, but I will guide you step by step. Every act of obedience will open a new gate. Every yes you speak will draw down a new layer of blessing. And as you walk, you will see my promises unfold before your very eyes. Do not fear when I lead you into new territories, both natural and spiritual. You will tread in places where few have gone. You will speak words others have not dared to speak. You will do things that seem beyond your strength. But do not worry, for I have gone before you. I have prepared the ground, softened hearts, and aligned every circumstance. You are not entering the unknown, you are stepping into the land of promise. I will expand your influence not through media or fame, but through presence. When you walk into a place, my presence within you will shift the air. Hardened hearts will soften, despairing souls will awaken. Places once called hopeless will become gardens of grace. You will not need to convince anyone, I will do it through you. You need only to go, and I will do the rest. This expansion will not come by human might, but by my spirit, not by strategy, but by divine orchestration. I will do things beyond explanation. Doors will open unexpectedly. Invitations will come without reason. Opportunities will appear. The moment you release control, all of it will be in my hand. For I want you to know this is not the fruit of your effort, but the overflow of my grace, my beloved child. When you see expansion, remember, every blessing carries responsibility. I do not enlarge your territory for your own glory, but to make you an instrument of my kingdom. You are not permitted to keep the light for yourself. You must share it, spread it, and plant it. Light cannot be contained, for the more it is given, the brighter it becomes. Use this new influence to lift others up, to teach them how to stand firm, and to draw them closer to me. The lands I send you to are not merely geographic, they are territories of the soul. You will enter spiritual domains once held by darkness, art, media, economics, education, science, and government. Wherever there is shadow, your light will go. You will not be absorbed, you will ignite. You will not bring your own agenda, you will carry my kingdom. As your light touches nations, I will fan that flame into a spiritual movement. A generation will awaken. The young will seek what is true. The old will be renewed in faith, and the lost will find their way home. From one small torch I will set a forest ablaze. From one faithful word I will stir waves of revival. You will witness wonders, my child. Nations once barren will become fertile fields. Cities once steeped in sin will turn into places of praise. I will cause my name to be known where it was once denied. And you, yes, you will be part of that plan. You were not born by accident. You were chosen for this era of expansion, this time when my glory will be revealed across the earth. As Isaiah 4:9-6 says, I will make you a light to the nations that my salvation may reach to the ends of the earth. This is your mission. You are not sent to represent an organization, but to reflect a kingdom. You do not speak for a group, you speak for the Creator of heaven and earth. And as you walk, nations will know that the Lord still moves among His people. Do not think yourself small, for I use the small to accomplish the great. Do not fear loneliness, for the hosts of heaven march beside you. Do not say you are unready, for I prepared you before you were born. You do not arrive by coincidence, you are sent. Now I say to you, stretch forth your hands, open your heart, widen your vision. Do not fear stepping into new territory. Every place your feet touch, I will give you. Every voice raised against you will fall under my power. Every wall will crumble as you walk in faith. For this is the season of limitless expansion. You will see me move swiftly. What once took years will unfold in days. What once required waiting will now accelerate. I am hastening time, for the hour of unveiling has come. My child, remain humble, for the greater the expansion, the deeper your roots must grow in me. Remember, the brighter the light, the darker the shadow. Therefore stay closer to me than ever, so that your light never outshines the one who gave it. And I, the Lord your God, declare to you, this day, go forth, for the season of expansion has arrived. Carry my light to the nations, speak of me in the cities, and sow my seed in the dry places. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. Habakkuk 2:1-4. My beloved child, the time has come. Everything I have spoken, everything I have prepared, every flame I have kindled in, my chosen ones all converge to form a new era of glory. This is not merely a season, but a spiritual age in which I, the Almighty God, dwell openly among my people. What was done in secret will now be revealed before all, so that the world may know I am the Lord, still reigning, still speaking, still moving among men. I have shaken old foundations, refined, the faithful open doors no one can shut, and now I descend in my glory. Not the glory of man, but a light that cannot be hidden, a power that cannot be described, and a love that cannot be contained. This glory will melt frozen hearts, heal broken souls, and restore those who thought all was lost. I am doing what I did in the days of Solomon when the temple was completed, and the cloud of the Lord filled the house of God, so that the priests could not stand to minister because of the glory. 2 Chronicles 5:1-4. But this time the temple is not built of stone. It is made of living souls of you, of your brothers and sisters, of my people across the earth. My glory will no longer dwell in one place, but will rest upon hearts that obey. I am breathing life into my church, not a church of form but of power. I am restoring true worship, not founded on performance or sound, but on surrender and presence. When my people kneel, the heavens will open. When they unite, power will flow. When they call upon my name, I will answer with thunder and rain, and wherever my name is exalted, there I will dwell. The time of true revival has come, not revival of emotion but of essence, not gatherings of crowds but rebirths of hearts, not noise but the stirring of souls awakening. When I come, no one will need to announce me. All will know. When I arrive, no persuasion will be needed. They will fall in reverence and tears. For true presence does not need promotion, it reveals itself. My beloved child, I am pouring out restorative glory upon those who were crushed in past seasons. I will exchange ashes for a crown, mourning for garments of praise, and heaviness for joy. Isaiah 6:1-3. Those once forgotten will be lifted up. Those once brought low will be exalted, not because of merit, but because I have seen faithfulness within them. Every tear shed will become a jewel in the crown of glory. Every pain endured will stand as a testimony of my mercy. Look, my child, a new generation is rising. They bear not the name of religion but my name. They seek not ritual but presence. They walk not by fear, but by power and love. This is the generation of light, those who know the source of life and the keeper of time. They will not be deceived by fame nor defeated by trial. They will carry the fire of revival to every nation until the earth is filled with my light. When my glory comes, it will turn everything upside down. The high will be humbled and the lowly lifted up. The mighty will tremble, while the rejected will proclaim my name. For I choose what the world calls weak to shame the wise. I choose the small to reveal the great. And I choose you, one who has walked through ashes, to bear the light of a new era. I am establishing a new order, not of man, but of my kingdom. All that is false will be exposed. All deception will be brought to light. All religious walls will crumble, so that only one will be exalted, not man, not titles, not institutions, but the Lord of glory. From east to west, north to south, every tongue will confess that I am the Lord. When I dwell among my people, you will witness wonders. The blind will see, the lame will walk, the broken will be restored, and the spiritually dead will rise. But the greatest miracle will not be external. It will be the transformation of hearts. The hateful will learn to love. Idol worshippers will kneel before me. Those who once rejected me will call upon my name. And on that day all creation will know that my glory has returned to the earth. Do not fear the final shaking, for it is only the last tremor before glory overflows. As dawn first paints the sky red before turning gold, this final shaking is the signal of morning. Everything I have promised is about to be fulfilled. Every prayer you whispered in secret is about to be answered in the open. Every seed sown in tears is about to be harvested with songs of joy. Rise, my child. You are no longer one being tested, but one entrusted, no longer hidden but revealed, no longer waiting but sent. Carry this light and spread it everywhere. Tell the world that God lives, God moves, and God is returning to his people in power and unchanging love. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Now the heavens open, and rivers of living water flow from my throne, soaking the dry fields of the world. Heaven and earth meet again. The glory returns not as a flash of light, but as a dawn that never fades. Thank you for listening to this message. Subscribe and turn on notifications so together we may continue receiving the living word, building unshakable faith, and walking in the boundless love of God. Amen.